Hello.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
I think we're recording a podcast.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
What is a podcast? I think it's one of those things that you got a pod. Is it the radio? I think so.
I think that's what happens when 2 or 3 men have microphones and they talk into them and then they share it on the internet.
The internet?
Yep.
Because I know that guy, Bruce's Bill Burr, has one of those things.
I've heard of this guy called Mark Mayron, and he talks to everybody, including the president.
Oh, my God. Obama.
That's right.
Welcome to Movie Schmovie.
Welcome to Movie Schmovie.
There it is.
We're just trying out something a little, just in case anyone listening thinks they never try anything new anymore.
We tried something.
Tried.
Boom. How's everybody doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good, man.
After that,
We're doing well.
I feel kind of loose.
We're doing real well.
Yeah.
I'm glad that everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
This is a special episode.
Are you good?
Yeah, I think I am, man. I'm pretty excited.
This is one of those twofers, like where people don't know the magic that happens.
Yeah.
This is the second episode of a session.
Is it?
Usually, sorry, spoiler alert. Usually the second one, Ronald visibly starts to wind down.
It's happening.
Like, I need to wind you up. I got to get that little turnkey on the back.
Yeah, Ronald didn't close his eyes last night is what I'm hearing.
Did
Yeah,
not.
that's the story.
What the hell? Why are you doing this to yourself? You know, people care about you.
Man, I just couldn't get any sleep. I tried so hard. I was just like, could not sleep.
Just watching episodes of Detroiters.
Just being extra entertained.
Yeah, good.
Couldn't give up.
So there was no reason. It was just life. Everything conspired to keep you up.
Yeah,
Because I've had nights like that where I look up and it's 2 or 3, and it's not like I wasn't planning on that.
Right.
You know, because I usually have to get up pretty early.
It's
So
all the elements working against me.
yeah, well, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, man,
I'm starting
me
to
too.
see it just around your eyes.
Oh man, it's starting to sink in. But I'm ready. This is an exciting episode because we haven't done previews in a while.
Well, we did a summer preview just 6 episodes ago.
That was so long ago.
It feels that long ago.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do something. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I went back to our summer preview episode and I thought my only objection ever to the preview episodes is that we don't always see the movies that we
That's
said.
always the problem.
Oh, right.
And it always feels like, what service are we really providing people if all we're
If we
doing is
don't
just
see
looking at a list of movies and going,
Right.
close your eyes, spin around, and pick one. By the way, did we say who we are?
I'm Ron.
Collectively, we said we're Movie Schmovie.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's Ronald. I'm Steve, and
I'm John.
right.
Hello.
So yeah, we have.
I love how we find some way to confuse it even with that. I'm John. That's Ronald. And you're Steve. So now everybody's got the voices straight, right?
Super clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just do this. Let's review in our summer preview.
Okay.
Ronald's movies from May through August, I guess. For May, you chose Revenge.
Saw
For
that.
June, you chose Hereditary.
Did not see that.
For July, you chose Mission Impossible.
I saw that.
For August, you chose Crazy Rich Asians, which I don't think you could have seen that yet.
Yeah, I'm seeing that tomorrow.
All right. Is it out or is it just coming out?
Comes out
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, not technically Thursday.
It'll have been out by the time this podcast airs.
Yeah.
But we will not have had a chance to see it.
So
Yeah.
it won't be true that you haven't seen it probably by the time people are hearing this, but
Yeah.
for now, you've seen half your picks.
Absolutely.
Steve, your picks were, for May, you chose Deadpool 2.
Saw it.
For June, I believe you and I had both chosen Hereditary as well. But our rules for this new form where we don't do honorable mentions is if someone names a movie that was our pick, we mention another movie just so we mention another movie.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Jurassic World.
Yes.
And then I think for July that last rule I just mentioned fell apart because Mission Impossible was your pick. I had a different pick for July.
Yeah. Saw that.
And then Captive State was your choice for August.
I think that's not even coming out anymore.
Yeah. Not at all, or
At
just
all.
Well, at least it's not on like any upcoming slate.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Well, I noticed I hadn't seen
Yeah.
anything for it because surely we would have seen posters and trailers by now. So-
Nothing.
but it sounded intriguing, so I don't know.
Yeah, John Goodman.
So you've seen 3 of yours. And I chose Solo for May. I chose American Animals for June. I chose Sorry to Bother You for July. And I chose Happy Land Murders for August. Or Happy Time Murders. Is that what it's called?
Happy Time.
Happy Time Murders.
Is that still coming out in August?
I think so.
This week.
But anyway, so what did you think of Revenge, Ronald?
I liked it.
You liked it?
It was campy as fuck, but it was really fun to watch.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, man.
When you picked it, I'd said I couldn't tell from the trailer whether it was like a subversion of an exploitation film or an exploitation film, and I think that's what that line is. What the movie is
Yeah.
it's walking that line of being very exploitative,
Absolutely.
but also being like a postmodern.
I'd see it again. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, really brutal. Like that
was
final battle
really
is
brutal.
so bloody.
Yeah.
So what did you? I guess you said you did or didn't see Hereditary. You didn't.
Did not see Hereditary. I really want to see. Have you seen it?
No.
Did you see Mission Impossible
Yes, loved it. Loved that movie.
and Crazy Rich Asians? Is that still a movie you're excited to see?
Yes, my girlfriend's seen it and she loves it. She read the book, and she's working on reading the other two. Really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to seeing it.
All right, I believe in you. I feel like that's still a pretty fair preview. You're 50% on your preview. What about you, Steve? What do you think of Deadpool 2?
That's fun.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about it on this show at all.
Yeah, it was fun.
Wasn't as good as the first one, but it was still
Didn't
really
love
good.
it, but entertaining. Yeah, it's good times.
It was
And-
heavy, man. It's a heavy movie. It got heavy.
Yeah.
But heavy, do you mean like emotional?
Yeah, it got emotional.
Interesting.
It's like, huh, okay.
Love the Celine Dion song.
So good.
Ashes or whatever. Like, legitimately, I'm not even being
Yeah, it's a good
sarcastic,
song.
Well, it's funny that they got her to do. It's a straight song. You know, like someone else might have. If you misfire with that gag, she might do a jokey song that's about the movie or something.
Yeah.
But making it like where you couldn't distinguish it from a regular Celine Dion song was pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then Jurassic World, we know what you thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Loved.
I feel like very recently we had an enthusiastic
weird.
conversation
Yeah,
about that.
just recently.
Captive State, where are you?
Can't find it.
So yeah, I'm running 75% on mine too. You know,
All right.
you guys know I loved Solo. I thought American Animals was really good. And Sorry to Bother You, which I don't think you've seen.
I didn't see that yet.
But you saw it,
I
right?
loved it, man.
Let's talk about that for just a minute, just because I do think it was
Only a minute.
A minute. Ooh.
Yeah.
You want to do 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Let's combine 2 mighty minutes here.
All right.
I'll get the timer out. I'll take 2 minutes to pull up the clock.
I'm trying to think.
You're losing your minute now, John.
Oh crap! All right.
Swipe up from the bottom.
There we go. When it gets to 2, we're done.
Okay.
So, what did you think of Sorry to Bother You, Ronald?
Really strong first offering by Boots Riley. I love the cast. It really has this really interesting commentary about the workforce and, you know, your profession and, you know, who are you serving?
You know, what you do and what it says about you,
Yeah.
and the belief that it doesn't say anything about you, like it kind of pokes at that idea that you
Yeah.
could ever have a job that doesn't say anything about you.
And at the part where it's supposed to be off the rails, it actually makes a whole lot of sense. I thought that it didn't make any sense when I first watched it, but then it made a lot of sense.
I
once
think
thought
people sold this movie as crazy. It goes off the rails. The third act is nuts. Maybe knowing that going in, I thought it actually held together pretty well. I
Me
thought
too.
the concept of what you're talking about, the sort of message of the movie, the supposedly off the rails crazy part is what really underlines that.
Yeah,
and it actually
absolutely.
provides the climax with its emotional heft too. So I think it does go crazy, but only in a very controlled way.
yeah.
Like the craziness is very much part of the concept. It does. It's not a carelessly made film at all.
Yeah.
And I think we got to give some props to the performances in it. I thought Lakeith Stanfield did a great
good,
job of
man.
carrying the movie. He's so good. Tessa Thompson always impresses me. Danny
The
Glover.
performance art kind of made me feel crazy, but it was really good. It was really well done.
I thought Danny Glover was good in his role. And Stephen Yeun, I thought he was great.
I enjoyed it, man.
So yeah, with the message being kind of, it's about selling out, and if you think you're in an age where it doesn't matter selling out anymore, we're not post selling out. I feel like the movie was really clear with its message.
Yeah, definitely.
Really well made. And I think, Steve, you would be impressed and engrossed just by the filmmaking and the humor of it too. I think that, I don't know how Steve would feel about the third act, but
Third act is nuts.
it's nuts. But like I said, very much part of the mission statement of the movie.
Yeah.
Not a loss of control at all.
Yeah.
There it is.
Right at
go.
2 minutes.
You can do a lot in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You can.
Cool.
You can.
How did a mighty minute become 2 minutes? Because there's
Well, we
two
did
of you?
one each.
2 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the last
We
time we did
combined
that,
it.
we did 3 of us. Yeah.
I like what you did there.
All right, so we're talking about
We're going to preview some shit, and let's just
Fall
remember,
shit.
let's try to preview some fall movies that we're actually going to go see so
Yeah.
that we can talk about
yeah,
them.
that's important. That's one of the more important parts.
There's so many movies out right now, guys, that I want to see that I haven't seen, and I feel bad that I can't
I'm so
comment
behind,
on, like,
man.
Leave No Trace, 8th Grade, 3 Identical Strangers. Is that the name of that movie?
Yeah. Blind Spotting.
Blind
I haven't
Spotting.
seen.
Yeah.
Gotta get out, man.
At this point, I don't
Love
know
Blind Spider.
when this episode comes out. I don't know if MoviePass still exists, but I want to. That list we just gave. That's the list of movies that I would have seen had MoviePass not been dropping times. Like they show them for part of the day, and then they're gone at the end of the day. Or those certain days they'll have like 2 showings.
Yeah.
They won't have the early bird or the late showing. It's just really weird.
They're all over the place.
They're
man.
doing I feel like they're adjusting constantly to try to figure out how to make their money last. And my impression was, are they just running out of money every day? Do they set a cap on how many tickets they can actually sell? And
they did run out of money. Like
Yeah.
when it happened on like the 27th or 28th, like the day Mission Impossible came out. Like
Holy shit.
That was the weekend that it really broke.
fell down. And since then, they've adjusted their terms like 5 times. And,
Right. But I mean, every day it's a different thing when I look at it.
Yeah.
And it does seem, though, like all those screenings that I was seeing as blocked out are now back as of like yesterday. And I know yesterday was when they made their big announcement, or the day before, about what their new plan is.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can expect some kind of stability now that they've figured out how to sorely limit what they're really offering to people. And I guess being a person who paid for the year, and that's the first time I felt smart for paying for the year, is that now I can still go see a movie a day if I want to.
Yep.
Theoretically.
Yep.
So yes, maybe I'll catch up on some of those indies. But for now, let's look forward.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do September through December.
Yes.
1 movie each month. Same like we always do for the previews.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Go for it.
September, White Boy Rick. Come on.
September for me, White Boy Rick. Come on.
Since you guys chose my pick, I'll go to my second pick for September, which is The Old Man and the Gun, the new David Lowery film with Robert Redford. It just looks charming and interesting, and the trailer really sold...
All right, Grandpa.
The trailer really sold me on the way in which the movie might go a little bit, like the poignancy of this.
Yeah.
And I think this is supposedly Robert
His
Redford's
last
final
movie,
role.
yeah.
And Robert Redford was very charming in the last David Lowery movie he did, which was Pete's Dragon. So I don't know. I think Lowery's an interesting director. And I'm interested to see kind of whatever he does at this point. He has a pretty...
Looks really good.
Yeah, it just looks really well made,
does.
and like you get the humor, and you get how
Charming and...
you get how you're going to care about this character.
Yep.
But I will say that as far as a trailer that completely dazzled me, you guys pick White Boy Rick. Looks like an insane
so good,
movie.
man.
It looks great.
So good. I remember when I asked you about the documentary for this, you're like, what's White Boy Rick?
Yeah.
Remember when I asked you if you could see if you could find the doc?
I had to buy it, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that off.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
yeah,
this based on a true story movie about this kid who was basically like, I think 15 or 16, and he was like FBI informant, drug kingpin,
possibly. This is
arms
all like
dealer,
possible.
like it's like this thing like didn't really happen the way the story or the legend goes, but yeah, man, trailer is really good trailer. Hope the movie does not let me down or disappoint.
It looks so good.
Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Bruce Dern, Eddie Marsan. I mean, really, really killer cast. And I love these true story things based on a true story. I love the crime, the drug, like the whole blow kind of setup. Like, I love that shit. Like, so this is just like, and in the 80s, like Detroit.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks really good.
When they're in the club and he's like, "This is my boy Rick. He white."
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yes.
I have to see this movie.
Yes.
It's like, come on. My October pick is mid-90s, directed by Jonah Hill, written by Jonah Hill, directed by Jonah Hill. It's about a group of kids in 90s LA who basically seek refuge in skating. It reminds me of just the way that kids felt, like just kind of the raw adolescent wonder and raunchiness just of kind of being a kid and realizing that you have some freedoms. And some of their freedoms are a result of like just neglect in the house, and people are bonding over skateboarding. And I remember, I wasn't into skateboarding, but I was around a lot of skateboard kids. Specifically when I moved to Tulsa from Mississippi.
I wasn't into skateboarding, but I was around a lot of skateboards.
Yeah, I was around a ton of skateboards.
It's like I worked in a shop or something.
But I actually tried to skate a ton and never was good at it. It never caught on for me. I wasn't good at it. But this movie seems to
I was always so jealous.
Yeah.
People could just hop on one and they made it look so elegant. And when I did it, I was like, you know.
Same thing. It would always like...
It's probably why you couldn't do it, because you're like, give it here!
I know I shouldn't have done that.
While you were on that, it
Why
totally
was I-
threw you off.
Why was I making those weird noises?
Yeah, that's what did it.
Yeah.
One time I tried to skate and I slipped and the skateboard went in the sewer hole. I was like, this isn't for me.
And that's when you met Pennywise.
Yeah.
Hey, Roddy.
So Jonah Hill, huh?
Yeah, Jonah
Weird,
Hill.
right?
Are we in the middle of the Jonassance right now? 'Cause
Maybe,
he
man.
looks interesting in that movie with Emma Stone that's coming on Netflix.
It's
too.
a series.
It's a series.
It's
Okay,
a series.
even
It's
better.
a Cary
Series?
Fukunaga series.
Oh yeah. When I saw that he was directing
Mania or Maniac?
Maniac.
Maniac.
But yeah, look at the trailer from mid-90s. It looks
good.
really
It
good.
does look good.
Yeah. So.
It's also A24. You're sold.
Come on, man. And a bunch of like first-time actors. I'm always very pro new kids.
Yeah.
And then some
got that right stuff.
experienced ones sprinkled in too. I'm really into some new kids on the block. Hanging tough. Dun, dun. You're rough. That's always sounded like a bark to me. The we're rough part.
We're rough.
We're rough. Hanging tough.
This episode sponsored by Wahlburgers.
But yeah, I can't wait.
That's a guilty pleasure of mine, Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
You've been.
I have, and I loved it.
I went when we were in Boston last
Really?
week or week before last.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
You liked
was
it, right?
It was a good burger, but what was the Impossible Burger, the veggie burger, was really good.
Yeah.
Like it was a pretty good burger just in general,
Yeah.
and I liked the fried pickles, and
Yeah. Now
you make me wanna go get
I
an
like Mark
Impossible
Wahlberg,
Burger.
so I don't mind seeing pictures of him and his brothers, like shaking hands and hugging all
Hugging
over the
each
place
other.
and stuff.
They're all, hey, there's one thing.
Yeah.
They're all about the family.
Oh, okay.
Oh, of course they are. You can tell they are. You can tell they are.
All right, my pick for October.
Even that one Wahlberg
Paul.
brother that they keep under the stairs.
Is that the Saw one? Is that the Saw one?
No, that's Donnie.
the song
That's
one?
that's
The
the
Saw one.
that's the new kid.
Saw.
Saw?
Wasn't
Yeah.
Donnie Wahlberg in
Donnie-
Saw?
Saw.
You mean Sixth Sense?
No, Saw.
Saw the wait, it's James
One of the
Wan?
Wahlbergs was in the Saw.
I thought he was, yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie Wahlberg is in Saw?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is in Saw.
I saw. It might be the
Us
second
Saw.
one.
Oh, okay. Is he like a cop in one of them?
Yeah.
he is.
Oh, that's like one of the sequels then. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was like you're talking about. I thought you were talking about his performance in Sixth
I
Sense.
just not like it. No.
You know he's in Sixth Sense, right?
No.
He's like the really like skinny, sickly looking patient that Bruce Willis is.
You know the guy at the beginning?
No. What?
Donnie Wahlberg.
Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of it. Now you making me want to go
Weird,
back
right?
and watch.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Moving forward,
Yeah.
my October pick.
Yes, that's right. Bring
so
us
there,
back to
there,
Earth.
for me, like when you were mentioning November, there's a lot in October that I was like,
No,
having trouble.
October is tough too.
is the month for me that I really was struggling. But my bones
I know
just
what
tell
it's
me
going
I
to
gotta
be.
go Halloween.
I know you do.
I fucking can't wait to see it. The trailer's great. Everything that was coming out of Comic-Con about it, I think they're super confident in the movie.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis is like banging the drum loudly for this movie, and I love every second of it. And I just can't wait to see
That's
it.
really cool.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Even if it's just what it seems to be, which is a decent looking Halloween movie written by Danny McBride and directed by David Gordon Green.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by that.
Wow.
Interesting
I've always
combination,
wondered
right?
why
And
those
scored by John Carpenter.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's like on it. Like
Yeah.
he's producing it.
Yeah.
Like he's in it.
But also that scene in the trailer where they're in the insane asylum of some
Yes.
sort, and they're on like the checkerboard.
The overhead
and
shot.
They've got they've got something going on.
It looks great.
I'm going to choose the one that seems good to me just because of who's making it. And I
Yeah.
know nothing about this movie, no
Yeah.
trailer yet, but The Apostle
Yeah.
by Gareth Evans. If you are going to be the guy who made Raid and Raid 2, I'm going to be excited about your next
Yeah.
movie, period. The story is very nebulous, but the cast is interesting, and Gareth Evans just... Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what he will do. I'm a little surprised that it comes out as soon as it does and there's no trailer yet. But should I be? Should I be surprised?
That poster looks really cool.
So it says it will have its world premiere at Fantastic Fest in September 2018. The film is scheduled to be released on October 12th
Netflix!
by Netflix. So we will see it.
coming straight
the
to
year
Netflix.
is 1905. Thomas Richardson travels to a remote island to rescue his sister after she's kidnapped by a mysterious religious cult demanding a ransom for her safe return. It soon becomes clear that the cult will regret the day it baited this man as he digs deeper and deeper into
Dan
the
Stevens.
secrets and lies upon which the commune is built. Oh my God, sign me up. And,
sounds
and
so
yeah,
good.
Dan Stevens. And that director, you know what I mean? It's just all those elements together. Plus, Michael Sheen plays a character named Prophet Malcolm.
Yeah, I think he's the leader of the cult.
Yes, give me
That sounds
Apostle.
so good.
Yes.
No pre
Netflix.
No
Yeah.
trailer. Yes.
We'll probably see a trailer in the next like 2 weeks.
You know, the fact that there's no trailer. If I thought about the fact that it was a Netflix movie, that doesn't seem as strange.
Yeah, totally.
Because they kind of keep things
On
under their
brand,
hat until they're ready to have a real pop.
Yep.
Kind of what you were saying before, Ronald. I don't know. I think it was in our last episode where you were talking about binging, the binge model.
Oh, right.
It's like the way that Netflix model works. They don't even seem to shoot for that much of a long time to have your interest. You know, so.
You're like, here it is. It's coming
hey,
out
that thing is coming. Here it is.
Wow. Right now. After the Super Bowl. It's so crazy, man. Anyway. What's your...
Sometimes the content's actually good.
yeah, which has always been my argument. We need to revisit that every 3 months or so.
Okay. Good idea.
Yeah.
You're up.
Yep.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yep.
Nav. My pick for November. I have to pick this. Creed 2. Get the fuck out. Michael B. Jordan is hitting some sort of rhythm that I'm liking. Every movie that he's done has had something in it that I've really enjoyed about him. Mm-hmm. Fahrenheit 420. Is that? I feel like I have that number.
Fahrenheit 451.
Now there's an idea.
Now you know what? That's got to be the name of Doug Benson's next album. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way he plays it.
Fahrenheit 420.
I'm so sorry. But that movie, it just, he's bigger than he was before. Ivan Drago's son. Come on, get the fuck out of here. I'm ready.
It's weird to me that they've gone straight for like Rocky IV territory.
Yeah.
But
early in the game.
But I love that it's a Michael Jordan picture. I mean, I love that, the poster is basically just him standing there looking insanely ripped.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested, but it does feel like of the sequels you could have made to that first movie, there's a lot more grounded shit you could have done. This is like getting revenge for your father's death with a Russian boxer. And Rocky IV was about as crazy as the Rocky series ever got too. So I wonder where they're going to go with it.
This is also,
does Ryan Coogler have anything to do with this one?
He's producing it.
Okay.
This kind of feels like the Dark Knight of that world. They're taking this exaggerated sort of thing and kind of grounding it a little more.
Right.
That looks kind of cool, but I see what you're saying. They are kind of like jumping the shark the first time around. But there's something really cool about the idea that if it's going to be Ivan Drago's son, and it's in this world that's a little less crazy, like it doesn't sound like a gunshot every time somebody gets punched.
Yeah. No, you're right. They could kind of recapture it and put it in a more grounded space.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. I'm really pro. Apparently, he helped. What's his name? You just said his name. The director. Jesus,
Coogler.
Ryan Coogler helped pick this guy. And there's a reason why I think this guy hopefully has a good voice. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Creed 2.
Creed 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Looks awesome. Good choice. My pick for November is Widows.
Yeah.
Yes. That's coming out. For some reason, I thought it was coming out 2019.
Nope, this fall. I think it has its premiere like next month at Venice or something.
Ooh.
But yeah, Steve McQueen's new drama thriller action. I don't know exactly where it's going to go. It's kind of crazy watching the trailer and seeing that it's directed by Steve McQueen, but it looks great. Yeah. Amazing cast, co-written by Gillian Flynn. So just the big thing is that I love the original stories. Mm-hmm. What's being put on the screen in the fall of the original stories. This one looks like one of the more interesting ones to me. Mm-hmm. That isn't based on a true story or a sequel or a reboot or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, Viola Davis, Liam Neeson, Robert Duvall, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Who else? Carrie Coon, Elizabeth Debicki. I mean, just amazing, huge cast. And I love the flip of the stars of a possible action crime thriller movie being, the wives of these men.
Well, that's what we said when we first talked about this trailer. I don't know if it was on the show or not.
John Barenthal's in it.
But the movie that gets subverted in the trailer is a movie I would have gone to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
And yet I love that it's subverted, and I love that it's Steve McQueen, who, again, doesn't normally make kind of action-y type things like this. And so you feel like he's going to make it, and it's going to probably be really well done, but also with a point of view. I mean, he's just a director, I don't know, an interesting, smart guy who I don't think would take on material if it didn't have something kind of bubbling underneath.
Right.
So, yeah, I agree. It just is so sleek.
Yeah.
And so everybody just looks like they're acting the shit out of it. Yeah. And yeah, I want to see that too. I want to see the movie get flipped on its head. Because, but you know, it sounds a little traditional. It's almost like a revenge story, sort of, or a spin on a revenge story. We're gonna finish the job someone else started, sort of thing. But no, I just don't see how that. I don't see how Viola Davis can't be just kicking ass in that movie. So
It's just like she could body slam some people in it too, man.
yeah,
Looks good.
I wouldn't mess with her.
No.
Well, my Nov. You know, I'm really excited to see what Barry Jenkins is going to do next. And I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer for If Beale Street Could Talk. It looks emotionally intense, and like if you were taken on this ride by Moonlight, which I think we all were, and you just were impressed by the emotion of that movie and how powerful it was, this trailer looks like it's about to serve up that and then some in this. Regina King looks great.
Yeah.
And it looks kind of epic, but it also looks small and personal. And there's just something about the performances, and I mean, you get so much out of that trailer, but you don't really get much of story.
Yeah.
But you know, James Baldwin. I don't know if you guys saw the documentary last year.
I cannot stress to you how much I like that movie, man.
I just think it's cool that he's kind of having
that
like
shit, man.
it was around the time that documentary came out that I heard Barry Jenkins was making this movie.
That's really cool.
And so it just seems to me like it's kind of part of this moment.
I really enjoyed it.
So yeah, I'm super excited to see what he does with the material. And again, the storyline is I don't know the book, so I don't really know. I mean, it might be a classic story to some people where they all know, but it seems like it's the trailer kind of. There's some person who's maybe accused of something or maybe needs to have their name cleared, and then there's a young woman who's pregnant, I believe, and she's kind of navigating this troubling time in her life while she's also dealing with, you know, the realization that she's pregnant, or at least that's my understanding. But I love it. Just feels like a family drama kind of epic, and it's made, you can tell coming off of Moonlight that Barry Jenkins got to make the movie he wanted, and I just feel that there's so much confidence on display and so much craft on display just in the trailer. So if Beale Street Could Talk.
Cool.
That's Nov.
So my last pick, Deck. Let's see.
What are you calling a deck?
This is a wild card one just because I hate what it is, but I'm really very much looking forward to it. And that's Alita.
Oh, never mind. Well,
Oh, what did you think of?
No. You'll know what I thought you were going to say when I say mine.
So the reason I'm choosing this.
Hold on. This is annoying as hell. I don't know. Everything rings. Like somehow I got everything synced up. Or my computer,
I go through that. I go through that too.
My iPad and my phone sometimes go off.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying when it's. This happens to be my cousin calling me. But it's really annoying when it's like Nikki or Henry upstairs being cute. You know, to call me and say, hey, when you come up, bring us some ice water or something. And it's like, I was just down here working and everything blew up and my computer froze up. And I was just like, you guys are being cute, but you have to know that it's
You're
like
destroying me.
Yeah, you're shooting an ice pick into my brain. So anyway, what were you saying about December? You were in the middle of your pick.
Alita. So it's
Alita.
Alita, man, I think it's super annoying that they're doing a person that is an android in a world where why? It could have just been a person.
I wondered if there's some reason why she needed to be like a CG augmented character, because she's got big eyes, right? But throughout the movie, she has CG powers. I don't know.
Let me give you a movie.
I don't know what to make of this.
Could have been this movie, except not as crazy. Ex Machina. My good use of visual effects, good use of. But there's something about this that is drawing me in, and I think it's just what this hybrid of a human / it's something really cool about. She has all these skills that she doesn't know about. I don't know.
I'm interested to know what's going on with it. Man. But I don't have any association with the property. Isn't it based on a game or a manga or
something? And I don't know much about it. But I've seen like covers of it. I didn't know much about it. It just something about it just seems to hit on my feels a little bit, and I can't figure out why. It just feels like one of those movies that I would have watched when I was like 14, 15. that for some reason still is like a cool little movie that I'm interested in.
Did it get bumped back? Was it
I think
supposed
it
to
did,
come out
man,
a while ago?
Because I
and then got
remember
bumped back?
seeing a trailer for it a really long time ago.
Yeah.
And then them saying it was coming out like, I thought it was supposed to come out like September-ish at the very latest. Mm-hmm. And it seems like they pushed it back a little bit.
Not so hot take. That movie is going to be the biggest bomb of the fall.
Oh, it will. I'm
No
not
doubt.
gonna
No
argue
doubt.
with you on that. I
Was
know
it-
it's gonna be.
Was,
They cannot get like traction.
No.
was James
anything.
Cameron making
Yes.
this at some point?
He's produced it.
Okay.
And he co-wrote it.
okay.
And
Oh, so this
tried
movie is shot from the script that he was working with.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
tried to make this movie for a while, and then eventually handed it over to Robert Rodriguez.
Isn't that weird when a movie is so like the tortured development process and it's been around so long and then it finally comes out and it's just like so it's like if the Channing Tatum Gambit movie ever happens, it'll be like that. It'll be
Yeah.
like somebody was just like, guys, we got to make this movie. We got to figure out a way to make it just because we said we
Yeah.
would, or
No,
somebody thinks it's a bankable property. I don't know.
The pitch is weird because like you're like this robot is in this world and they see her and she looks like a person plopped in the middle of people, and it's like CGI. It doesn't make.
Do you ever feel like you're a person plopped in the middle of people?
Yes, absolutely, just plopped.
You know who else? You know who else feels that way? This guy. Hey, fellers, I'm back. Get out of here, you. Go on.
Go on.
Go on. We're
Ow.
not done with our episode. Okay.
Looks
So-
weird.
Yeah, but I mean, I agree with you. I'm probably going to see it just because I'm
yeah.
highly curious about what it is. But Steve, you're probably right. I can't imagine like
Oh, it's gonna super bomb.
how much did they spend on it? I'm not laughing at it bombing. I'm just laughing at the money they spend
Yeah,
sometimes.
so much money, man. It looks like it's so much money just to put a person. I don't know.
$200 million.
Jesus Christ, man.
Gad Zooks.
How much did Ex Machina cost? 50, right?
I don't even think it was 50. was it?
Yeah, I mean, like, just come on,
You
man.
could take craft services for a week of that movie.
Yes.
And make
200
Ex Machina.
million.
200 million.
I mean,
Even though
maybe
that's
internationally.
including, like, promotion. There's,
Right.
like, 15 million for Ex Machina.
And it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it has dancing Oscar Isaac,
And
which
it's
I
a
don't.
great movie.
I don't
It's a
think.
great movie.
Is it Battle Angel Alita?
Alita Battle Angel.
Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I just sold 3 more tickets for him.
You did. Somebody's like, oh.
Some movie titles just don't do the movies any favors. Like every now and then there'll be one of those movies. What's the name of the new movie? The new Wahlberg movie.
Mile 22.
Mile 22. You know, I mean,
Fucking hate that movie.
I just think it's weird when the name comes up at the end of the trailer and you can feel everyone in the theater kind of go, okay, all right. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you didn't seal the deal with that name, but
Nope.
maybe
I don't like him playing smartest man in the room, sort of. I got this figured out.
Yeah.
Do you? Mark Wahlberg? If you would get the fuck out of here with that, man. And I like him. I mean,
Isn't it crazy that he's like one of the most successful actors
Yeah.
working today?
it
yeah.
feels.
makes a good burger too.
Well done.
Does it feel like there's a little bit of like aggressiveness to get to these places? Like, I think, like, do you think that he was supposed to be on Boardwalk Empire's production team, or he just went into a meeting and was like, "What do you got on the docket?"
I do actually.
He's like, I
because,
want
he-
my hands in this shit.
He literally does. Like, he is like super aggressive about like all the shit he puts out.
Yes, you
Like,
can tell, man. It
joking
feels-
aside, like watching the Wahlburgers show
Yeah.
that I actually enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
you do see like a lot of the shit that he does, like with his Hollywood business stuff. Dude is involved in fucking everything.
It feels like
Like
it.
that you don't even know about,
Right,
like
right. It
producing and things like it's
I guess.
wild.
Do you hear the
cricket?
cricket? Do you remember? Like this is like a callback. It might be the same cricket.
It probably
It's
is.
Crickety Cricket. He's
Yeah.
back. It was a very early episode that we had.
Oh, yeah.
where
I definitely remember.
And it was like the whole time in the
Yeah, it's like
background,
loud as
cheep,
cricket.
cheep, cheep was going. But there's nothing you can do with that frequency.
Nature,
And
bro.
I'm not going to go stomp a cricket.
Yeah.
So you guys, we have a little
doing
cricket,
his thing.
little cricket guest. I like to eat crickets. Well, you go on over there. Go on, get.
Yeah.
So
Deck.
deck.
Which should
Or I like to call it des.
Des.
Ah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna soften it up a little bit. I thought when you said you're kind of like against where this movie's coming from, maybe I thought you were gonna go maybe burned out by a franchise.
Ah.
I gotta say,
Yes.
I really, really, really like some of the Transformers movies. The last few are like painful to watch. They are horrible.
Yeah.
They need to stop making them in what they were doing before. By that I mean Michael Bay. But man,
Bumblebee
I have
trailer.
come around on Bumblebee like hard. Like, and all it is they are literally just promoting it as a live action Iron Giant movie.
Yeah.
And it's working. Like the spots for it, all the Comic-Con stuff was really good for it. Like the behind the scenes stuff, all the stuff Travis Knight's been out there talking about. His background with Leica and what he did with Kubo. Like, I am, man.
The trailer does look good.
I am like so surprised. Honestly, I fucking love Bumblebee. Honestly, of the Transformers growing up, even like in the old animated film and everything that I was into as a kid, I always loved Bumblebee, and I loved him in the movies that we've recently had. So if anyone was going to have a film that I'd probably buy into, it would be that character. But I was totally out, like 100%. This is a joke, right? And they're putting it out around the holiday.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here. I don't know, man. Something about the trailers, the marketing for it, the posters. It just, they're really, really, really playing up like an emotional arc in the movie that feels Iron Giant-ish, feels Amblin-esque to me. I think Leica storytelling has really influenced that, hopefully. And there's maybe something special happening with the franchise. But I legit think that they may have like a huge hit. Like they're putting it out in a really coveted spot. And it's family as fuck. So like I think that it might actually be really good. And I'm hoping it is, honestly.
Rejuvenate Transformers if it's
It
done
could.
right.
It could.
It could, man.
Well, I mean,
like it looks different and it looks special, I think.
Yeah.
They've been acting all along like I think the cricket was here to hear you talk about Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I think anything bug-oriented he's in for. Well, we're about to find
He's
out
in.
if that's actually true. But he's still excited. He's like, no, it's not Bumblebee. I'm here for it. I'm a big Michael Bay stan, and I'm actually here to say he should be directing it. No, but they've been acting like Transformers is a universe they can expand on kind of all along, and it's always been back to Michael Bay. You know, this is not a franchise that I'm looking at going, oh, I have high hopes for this, or I hope they bring this character or this storyline in. But I do think this new movie seems to be taking the most lovable Transformer and running with it.
Yeah. And
also Haley Stanfield is a that's her name, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That's good, man.
I'm an old man. I get the name right, but then I ask, wait, did I say that right?
You're an old man that used the term stan.
Yeah.
Which admittedly I had to Google 2 weeks ago.
All right.
Really?
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh.
I don't know that I still know what it is, but I'm going to act like I do.
It's basically a super fan. If you're standing for
That's
someone,
what I
then you're
gathered.
kind of
Because of the Eminem song.
yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got the reference when I looked it up, but
Oh.
I don't know that I like had heard it in the wild like that before.
Right.
But now, over the last month, I feel like it's fucking everywhere, including out of John's mouth.
When 45-year-old white guys in the suburbs are
Yeah.
saying it, it's over.
It's
done.
it's on its way out.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
There's
So I don't need to worry about
an
it.
alert
Okay,
just
cool.
went out to all Twitter.
Cease use.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the way that my bad has become a part of just everything. Like, oh, my bad. Like, that's like a regular thing that people say in life now. Like, I think Stan has become.
Well, I
just
feel like
a
my
regular-
bad was around when I was a kid in the South, though. So that's not new. But maybe
it's fairly. I hear it so often now.
yeah. I do think it used to be kind of a dude bro thing to say.
Remember when
and now everybody
remember when
says
it was like my B?
Yeah. Ooh.
That's super special.
Jesus
You're a
Christ.
bumblebee.
I definitely.
Ooh.
your pick for
Oh,
Des.
Bobby.
So bring it home, John. What do you got?
So my pick for Des, which I like to call Ember, which is confusing.
got it covered.
It could
Yeah,
be
we got it
confused
covered,
with
yeah.
November. But when it's funny that you thought when he said it was a movie that he was not that excited about, you thought he was talking about Bumblebee, and when you said I thought it was a franchise that you're sick of, I thought you were talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So we have a nice little triangle
it's definitely
of assumptions.
Why would
here.
I be sick of that, John?
Well, but
that looks really
I could
good.
see
Looks
Ronald. I could see Ronald saying, "I'm sick of this franchise. I hate Spider-Man, but I can't wait to see this movie. It looks great."
I actually pre-ordered Spider-Man.
You know what you're not going to see? Kevin Feige.
Yeah, yeah. He's not involved in this one,
Thank God.
but he'll probably be like jumping up in the background.
Hey!
They're gonna have a Spider Feige.
Phase 3, Phase 4. That's a callback.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's a deep cut of
It's
one
a deep
episode.
cut of one episode. But I just think Into the Spider-Verse looks really
good.
cool. Like the animation looks really bold. There's so many
does.
images from the trailer that are just beautiful to me in an unusual way. I like it when people try something different. Crickety the Cricket, he agrees. I think the sort of multiverse approach to the different spider people and how there's more than one Spider-Man in this world, or more than one person with the power or the suit, that's an interesting concept. The comics have done a lot with those alternate worlds. It's interesting to see a movie that's going to dive in head first with that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But to a lot of people, Miles Morales is as much Spider-Man as Peter Parker, at least in recent years.
Yeah.
And I think that this different version of the character that comic readers know, it's cool to see it brought to the screen in a really interesting way. So, and also I just expect it to be funny and imaginative and have some twists that we don't predict because it's a Lord and Miller joint, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got a weird read on it. Like, I want to see it. I think it looks great, but I have like a feeling like it's not going to perform.
Oh.
I don't know. I hope I'm wrong.
I think people love Spider-Man movies.
That cricket is going to town.
It is.
Either the microphones are picking it up, and there's 3 microphones in a room with a high-pitched noise, so chances are they're picking it up.
Or you just sound crazy.
Or I sound crazy.
Just
Wait, I just want to
comment.
be clear. You guys hear it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, John.
Uh-oh. Because sometimes I wonder, are people even here? Like, is there just a gas leak in the basement and I'm down here talking to nobody?
Oh, man. What a twist.
That would be the twist.
And you're just like, hey, guys.
Yeah.
You just got Shyamalan.
It is like, I'm posting these episodes and you see someone else like playing the episode and it's like blank except for me, you know? And
Oh,
like,
my God, man. That's...
he did it. He posted another one.
I don't know.
My God, he's just... who are Steve and Ronald?
I haven't conveyed this to you. That stuff fucks with me real bad. Like, I'm real not a fan of that kind of thing. Like, twists like that, things like that. Because it's crazy the idea that you could just be in your head.
Yeah.
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 Like, no matter what you can do to get away from shit in your life, you can't get away from that. You can't get away from...
You can't duck that up.
Yep.
Take care of your brains.
Yes.
But yeah.
That's it, man.
What's up,
Fall
picks?
preview 2018.
We just previewed the fall.
A
We did. We did.
lot of different kinds of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sequels, remakes.
Some with skateboards.
Some with not skateboards.
Some with animated spider people.
Serial killers. Widows. Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. There's a lot of...
Old men, guns.
What we didn't mention, like, there's tons of other really crazy, like, high-profile movies coming out this fall that I'm also really excited about.
Well, fuck those movies.
Yeah.
Right. They're not getting attention on this podcast.
Yes.
I'm going to just say in general sense, there are other good movies
We
coming
spit
out
on those movies.
that probably will win Best Picture next year, things like that. But this podcast is not interested in that.
No.
Are you talking about the new Oscar category?
Oh, my God.
New as of today. Old news when this episode comes
Oh,
out.
my God.
That's
Brand
crazy.
new.
You heard about
Stupid.
No.
that? The new Oscar category?
No, this is real.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely real.
This new.
It's like achievement in popular film.
Yeah.
It's like...
It's like an attempt to create like a Best Picture consolation prize for
wow.
a movie that made a lot of money but didn't otherwise as an awards fair.
I
So
blame
it's just
this one. It's Kevin Feige's fault.
it's called the Feige.
It could be he could have a hand in it.
Yeah.
honestly.
Seriously, man.
I think
those big
this is like their attempt to make sure like Black Panther gets some sort of attention.
You're
If
right.
it doesn't get nominated for a Best Picture, like what other movie should win that category?
Yeah, I do think it's like Kevin. Like
it's so stupid, but
That's stupid.
Oh,
the
God.
story under the fold, the big story was Oscar adds a new popular movie category, and under the fold was Kevin Feige clears off mantle space.
He's like, yep, come
the
on.
first time ever. No, you might be right. I hadn't even thought about that. That it's like that is a movie that clearing the path for that movie. I just think it's weird. I just think it creates a new, especially now that they've added more movies to this category anyway, that it can be up to 10. It just seems really. I thought that was the way to say let's include more.
and they never
populist-
fucking include other movies.
Fair,
Like
yeah.
they're so out of-
Yeah.
like,
Are they just grasping for relevance? And
Absolutely.
This is just
I think so.
clueless.
Totally.
But I mean, I don't think anybody likes.
and there are going
this.
to be awards given away like during commercial breaks that aren't going to be aired live. Like weird shit. Like
best Dr Pepper commercial.
Right. But I mean, like, why? Yeah, like the solution is when you expand from 5 to 10. Well, they went from 5 to 10 and then made it 5 to 10.
Yeah.
like it could be 5 to 10,
Right.
which is a good solution.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. But I mean, like, you go years and you don't nominate films that should be in there, like should have a place. Like, but they're so versed like blockbuster films, and that's obviously what this is an attempt to say. Oh, all the audiences that are paying to see the Marvel films or the Star Wars films or the DC whatever it is like Wonder Woman would be a film that would aim at this category. Like. It's an attempt by them to say, oh, what those movies that you loved, they're going to still be honored at the Oscars, so
Right.
you should watch the Oscars.
Yeah.
Like, no. Just if they're that good, they should be in the Best Picture category.
Right. Yeah,
Like,
don't-
come on.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's watching.
Don't stigmatize them because of genre or because they're popular.
Exactly. That's all it is.
Just say if it's got the merit to be up for an award, then it deserves to be next to the whoever is doing an accent or playing someone with a
so you're going to make a category that's like based off of what, like box office?
Yeah.
And then, which is an objective thing.
Right.
It's a number. So does the highest one just win? Mm-hmm. Like, what are you voting on at that point?
I said Kevin Feige is clearing off mantle space, but I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart are clearing off mantle space.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see, man. When the Oscars air.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Because that is a weird thing, man. The idea that this new category is going to it's going to create some ripples.
Well, what's really shitty is the fact, like what I said, I'm half joking about, but I feel like it's possibly like a victim of this kind of category. Like Black Panther is like one of the first kind of movies of its stature that has been talked about, this has a really good shot at getting into a Best Picture nomination. Mm-hmm. Like Dark Knight had that kind of conversation, and like I think like the other one that was really kind of people were up in arms about was like Wall-E was the other one that happened. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of caused it to expand to 10. Mm-hmm. Those movies not being recognized. But like Black Panther is one of the first in a while that's kind of come along where it's like critically loved, audiences loved, one of 3 movies to ever to make over $700 million domestically. Like that's insane. Like that movie's got a real chance to be in the Best Picture running. And not to say that if it gets nominated for this category that it couldn't get nominated for Best Picture, but I feel like it's an attempt by them to maybe not have to pay the attention to those kinds of films that people have been demanding and wanting, and audiences have been wanting, by just shoehorning them into this other popular movie. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, it's such a weird... I don't know, man. It's so bad. All right, guys. Well, that's our fall movie preview. Schmovie.com. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, anything else that's out there. Everything. If you listen to the episode, please leave a rating or star.
What about Googify and Spotify?
Ronald's working on it.
Okay.
Ronald, get on that.
Yeah, I would definitely.
You can leave us a review or a rating, or even share like one of our links on your social media platform of choice would be nice.
Cool.
And if you're looking forward to a movie we didn't talk about, maybe something that's like your must-see of the fall, maybe comment on the post if you're watching this or listen to this on one of our media platforms.
Yeah.
Or, comment on our Facebook page, facebook.com/movie with the fall movie that you're most looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Good to hear. Maybe we're not aware of it. I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's it, guys. We did it. Fall movie preview 2018. Ronald, look at that time, baby. We're pretty close for you.
Pretty
We're
close.
so close. Closer than we usually ever are. So it's for you, boy.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for bringing the muscles again. As always, you've made our day. Thanks.
Bye.